Hello everyone, it's Andy's Free Guitar Chart Videos here. Welcome to my Facebook group members and my beloved YouTube subscribers to Andy's Free Guitar Chart Videos channel. We got a lot to talk about today, but we're going to take it easy. We're going to learn something and set some directions for guitar, and myself included, because making the chart, then you have to practice it and stuff. And so I've finished up chart 326 here. Long pattern fourths, directions, and easy string shape modal cutout cages, CAGEED system cages. So I've got 3 fretboards here, and then I got this wonderful chart down here that we're going to talk about that I just finished up. And then we also have a little extra, if we get to it, is chart 327. And it's been a while since I've made a video, so we've got a lot to talk about, so to speak. And 327 is back to basics, major minor triads, S3S, S2L patterns plus long patterns, which is just a discussion of triads. And the wonderful thing about pentatonics is the triads, the major and the minor triads, are embedded in those pentatonic scales. So if you can play a pentatonic scale, you can play a major and a minor triad. And if you can play a major and a minor triad, you can substitute the major triad for the fourth and the fifth and play its relative minor in that same position to get the second and the third minor. So that works. And then of course for the half diminished chord, especially with the seventh half diminish. Okay, remember the seventh of the half diminish is the sixth of the root. Okay, so you could do a substitution there, or just add the seventh to the minor second. So you play the major fourth shape in caged, and then play its relative minor triad and just add the seventh, and you've got your half diminished seventh arpeggio. So that, I just wanted to fill in that for the half diminished. But anyway, let's go back to what I just finished here, and I'd like to discuss. We have a lot to talk about, and I don't want to let my video channel just plateau out or fizzle out into nothing, because I have to work. I have to work my job now, and there's a lot going on. I have to work around the house. It's springtime, and although they haven't started the spring cleanups and stuff and the lawn mowing and all that, we still have to do things. And the cars have to be fixed. So let's dive right in. So I got 3 fretboards here. Let's start with the easiest one. This is the old style fretboard here. Here's the E tuned fret nut, and here's my down C tuned fret nut. Okay, so with the E tuned fret nut, we'll put Mr. Capo on. Okay, and that will be where your guitar is tuned to. Okay, and so that's your basic, so your caged key of caged keys would be C, A, key of G, key of E, and key of D. So they spell the word caged, and backwards it's D, E, G, A, and C. So backwards CAGED is important to know. Is CAGED is CAGED, and backward CAGED would be like CDEGA or DEGAC. So we don't want to waste too much time doing that, but it's important to know about backwards CAGED because we're going to use that all the time when we're going in CAGED directions. Now let's look at where my fret nut is so you can understand what's going on when I play down here. Okay, so it's my guitar's down tuned from E to D to C, so every one of those open strings is going to be 2 whole strings down. And as far as CAGED directions, it's important to understand that when we're doing CAGED shapes, we're going up this way in the word CAGED. So it'd be E, G, remember CAGED, but starting on E, so it's CAGED to D. And then we start the word CAGED over again with the C shape, then the A shape, then the G shape, then the E shape, and we just spelled the word CAGED. Here's a little favorite part of the D CAGE. It's your little D shape there. So now the important thing to remember is going backwards is a increasing pentatonic scale coined in the key of C. So it would be C, D, E, G, A, right? So if you're starting on a C shape here, and we want to know what CAGED goes this way now, it's going up a pentatonic scale, it would be the D CAGE. And then from there would be the E CAGE. So here's your E shape. Remember, this was the E shape that we played over here, key of E, E. But the thing is, when you're just doing a triad, you can look at that E shape as the root chord. You can look at it as the 4th or the 5th, you know? So it would be like... Alright, but if we wanted to play the actual scale, we would start that E scale like... Alright, so it'd be like... That's what it is. And then like that. I did it as I did the wrong scale there, but the second time it was right. So that would be the E scale. We wouldn't want to play that same shape scale up here, or we would be playing the A scale off the 4th. That would be an A scale, not an E scale played as the 4th. The E scale played as the 4th would be... kind of thing. So it gets a little complicated there, but that's what the entire chart also encompasses. It embraces that, and that is the string shapes. Okay, so what are the string shapes? They're scale fragments that we build the scale with. Root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3. However, in the easiest fretboard over here, we have a smaller version of that. So if we want to start on root, we'll go to the E CAGE, which is over here. Here's a way low root. That's why I like my guitars down tuned. So we have the way low root here. Okay. The problem is that with the short cages in the pentatonic cage system, we can't go below the fretboard. So if we start at root, we'd have to kind of start up an octave here. So let's look at that. So this is the pentatonic E CAGE here, And it's done with the modals here.